Hi everyone. Today in this session we are going to discuss that how you need to read the bills. If any business is there, then there are a lot of bills, the invoices from the suppliers from whom we are purchasing, and we are issuing our bills to our customers as well. So the sale purchase is a normal transaction of the business. Then today we are going to discuss that how to read these bills, how to decide under which accounting head this bill needs to be entered, and how to read the GST provisions of those bills. If we see this bill, let us assume that we are a footwear seller, we are a trader of footwear, and we have purchased footwears from this person, from this business. This is dash dash footwear. From him, what we have purchased, that is written in the description of goods. Ladies footwear is there. We are the footwear seller and we are purchasing footwears. So as we know that this thing, the item which in which we are directly dealing, if we are purchasing those items, that will be entered under the purchases head. So this bill is a purchase bill. That is for sure clear from this description of goods that what we have purchased footwears and we are also the footwear dealers. So this is a purchase bill for us. Now moving towards the GST compliances. This person dash dash footwear, his GST number starts from 07, written on the top left corner. 07 is the starting numbers of the GST number of this person. 07, that means it's a GST code of Delhi. That means the supplier of these goods is from Delhi, is registered under the GST Act of Delhi. Now, if we move towards the party details, dash dash traders, our name, our address, our GST number, starting from 03. 03 is the starting of our GST number. That means, and 03 is the Punjab's code. So that means we are registered under Punjab and the person from whom we are taking goods is registered under Delhi's GST Act. So we both are from different areas, different states, different GST number is there. One is from Delhi and the other one is from Punjab. So it's an interstate sale, interstate transaction, we can say. We are purchasing these goods. We are footwear sellers. We are purchasing footwears. That means it's a purchase thing for us. That is a direct thing for us. If we are into the business of footwear itself and we are purchasing footwears, that we will enter into the purchases head. That is for sure. Now, if we talk about the GST, that is an interstate transaction. Why interstate? Because from the supplier from whom we are purchasing the goods, that supplier is from Delhi. The code is 07 and we are from Punjab, so our code is 03. So that is an interstate transaction. This is a triggering point that the GST on this bill is going to be the IGST. The whole rate will be IGST only because it's an interstate transaction. Both the state governments will not get anything. Everything will belongs to the central government only, and the central government in case of interstate transaction will be denoted by IGST, that is integrated goods and service tax. So 100% tax will be in the IGST column only. Then the invoice number is there. He has dash 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 footwear has issued invoice to us and his invoice series dash 1920 1990 his invoice number. Invoice date is there. Place of supply is Punjab. Now what is place of supply? Place of supply, that is very much clear from the words itself. The place where the goods are being supplied. The person from Delhi is selling the goods to me in Punjab. So the place of supply, the goods supply place of goods, that where the goods are being supplied are in Punjab. So the place of supply will be Punjab. Let's say I am selling the goods to Kolkata. So place of supply will be Kolkata. If I am supplying goods to Maharashtra, then the place of supply will be Maharashtra. If Maharashtra's person is supplying goods to me in Punjab, so the place of supply will be Punjab. So the place of supply is very much clear from the name itself, that place of supply where the goods are being supplied, where the goods are going, where we are selling the goods. That will be the place of supply. Then the HSN code is mentioned here. As we know that HSN code is mandatory to be written on the bills. Till today, the HSN code will be two digits in case you are having turnover from 1.5 CR to 5 CR. If more than 5 CR is your turnover, then you need to write 4 digits HSN code. That means Dash 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 Footwear has written 4 digits HSN code 6404. That means his turnover is beyond 5 CR, which is the basic understanding we can say, but that is not compulsory, because the minimum limit is this, to write 4 digits HSN on the bills if your turnover is more than 5 CR. But in case your turnover is less than 5 CR also and you want to write the complete GST number, you can write that. That is not an issue. But after 1st April 2021, what is going to happen? 4 digits HSN is mandatory for every person whose turnover is below 5 CR, and above 5 CR you need to write 6 digits HSN code, as we have discussed this already. So if we see the total amount, the amount was quantity multiplied by rate, the normal bill. Everything is mentioned on the bill, the size of the pieces, the quantity is there, the units is there, the rate is there, the amount is also there. So everything that is written on the bill, that is a complete information of the goods which are being supplied. Now the amount, the discount is also there, 4.76%, 2371.62 is the discount amount given by that supplier to us. Then IGST at the rate of 5%. Why IGST? Because we both belong to different states. So this bill needs to be entered under the IGST column. This is our input tax, and input tax is 5% IGST. Let us say we both belongs to the same state. If the supplier is from Delhi, let's say I am also in Delhi. My GST number is also from the Delhi, 07 code is there. In that situation, the CGST and SGST will be there. Half CGST, half SGST. That means 2.5% CGST will be there and 2.5% SGST will be there. In case of intra-state transaction, that means both the person, the supplier, as well as the consumer, both are from same state. Then CGST and SGST half half. And if both are from different state, like in this case, then complete 5% rate is under the IGST column. So if we see on the bill, the left side, supply 5% 47452. This is the format of the invoices. You need to write the complete taxable value. What is the taxable value over here? The taxable value is 47452.38, on which the GST is applied. GST rate is applied, the value of goods less discount. The total amount, that will be the taxable value. That means on this value, the tax is going to be applied. And then the tax IGST at the rate of 5%, and the total invoice value is 49825 rupees. That is the invoice value. So this is quite clear from the invoice that this is the interstate transaction that we indicate, that is indicated from the GST number of both the parties. So that is a clear indication that IGST is going to be affected on this. HSN number is there. From the items, it is very much clear that under which head it should be categorized in accounting. It should be under purchases account because this is the purchase of those goods in which we are directly dealing. So this was the first bill. Now moving towards the next invoice. Dash dash packers and printers. Similarly, his GST number starting from 03. 03 is Punjab's code. The supplier, that is packers and printers, he is from Punjab only. We are also from Punjab. Our GST number is also written 03. That means the supplier is from Punjab and we are also from Punjab. So it is a clear indication that on this particular bill, the half rate of GST will be CGST and half will be the SGST. IGST will not be affected on this bill because it's a intra-state transaction. Both the supplier and the customer are from same state, so CGST and SGST will be there, half CGST and half SGST. If 18% rate is applicable on this particular item, then 9% will be CGST, 9% will be SGST. If 12% rate is applicable, 6% will be CGST and 6% will be SGST. Now the invoice number is there, date of invoice is also there. What is the description of goods? What we have purchased? We have purchased carton boxes. Carton boxes is being purchased, and we are footwear dealers. We are not dealing in carton boxes. We are not having the business of sale purchase of carton boxes or the packing materials. So if we are purchasing these packing boxes, that means we are purchasing it for the in-house consumption during our process of selling or manufacturing, you can say. So if we have purchased this item, for sure this is not purchases, because purchases is the item which is directly related to our business, in which business we are into. We are into footwear selling business. So if we are purchasing the carton boxes, that is our packing material expenses, or you can say the packing expenses. So the first thing, the bill is CGST, SGST bill, local bill. Local GST is applicable on this bill. What do you mean by local GST and interstate GST? Local GST, the local doesn't mean the particular city. Local means the particular state. In this situation, both the supplier and the customer are from same state, so this is the local transaction, local sale bill. Sorry, local purchase bill, expense bill, packing material expenses, or you can say the packing expenses account. HSN code is also mentioned 4819. 63 is the quantity, 36 is the rate, and the amount is also there. Everything is completely mentioned on the bill. If we see the amount, the total taxable value is 8788.50, which is mentioned on the bill, the total of the goods which we are purchasing. The items which we are purchasing, the value of those items is the taxable value, the amount on which the tax is on which we are going to apply the tax rate. Then the tax amount, CGST and SGST. This is 0.1% applicable. That is in case of exporters that we will discuss later on. And then the net amount 8797, that is the total invoice value. So taxable value, tax and invoice value. This is the simple term. Moving towards the next bill. This is dash dash tours and travelers bill. We have purchased a ticket, SpiceJet ticket, amounting 3500 in totality. Basic fare is 2846, then tax is 654, and then the total amount is 3500 rupees. The GST number of tours and travelers, dash tours and travelers, are not local. That means they are from the different state, we are from the different state. But the point is, in this particular thing, this is tours and travelings bill. So this is not our purchase bill, since we are footwear manufacturer, footwear dealers. So purchase of the ticket, the air ticket, is not our main business. But yes, if I'm a ticket seller, that means if I have tour and traveling bill and then I'm purchasing the tickets, that is my purchases. But in this situation, I am a footwear dealer. This particular bill is my tours and traveling expense. So we are going to enter this bill under the head of tours and traveling expense. That is very much clear. Now it's GST thing. GST is not applicable on the air tickets. And moreover, on this charges, we are not going to claim the GST amount. We are not going to enter this GST into the input tax. Why? Because some provisions are there in the GST that we will discuss later, on which the GST claim is not available. And this is the part of that transactions. If we are paying GST to the tours and travelers, that is not allowed to be, that is not claimable under the GST Act. So that will be covered in the further sessions. But in this particular bill, the main thing is everything is written on the bill. We need to read the bill properly. The transaction number is there, the bill number is there, the date of the bill is there, the due date of payment is also there. Everything is mentioned on the bill. And in which head it should be entered? Tour and traveling expenses, because this is not our, the sale purchase of tickets is not our main business. Agar if sale purchase of tickets was my main business, then that this bill is particularly my purchases. But in this case, this is my tours and traveling expense. Everything is there. 2846 is the amount, 654 is the tax amount, and 3500 is the total amount. Now the next bill. Dash Enterprises, in which item they deal: pre-printed and plain computer stationery, fax, roll, ribbons, ink cartridge, file cover, office stationery, and all kinds of printing. That means this supplier is supplying the printing and stationery items into the market, and we are purchasing the stationery from them. We have purchased envelopes and debit credit notes, vouchers. From the description of goods, it is very much clear that we are purchasing the printing and stationery items, which is not our main business. So this is not purchases, this is the printing and stationery expense. And this party is from local or not, the GST number is hidden. But if we need to judge that whether this party is from the same city or same state or from the different state, we can check out the tax rate in this. On this particular bill, CGST and SGST is applicable. That means if we are from Punjab, then this supplier is also from Punjab. We are not having the GST number clearly on the bill, but yes, this is the indication, from the indication that this supplier is from our local state, is that the tax rate applicable on the bill, the tax rate which he mentioned on the bill, is half CGST and half SGST, which is a clear indication that this supplier is also from the same state from which we belong. Invoice number is there, the date of invoice is there, the GST, our name, our GST number is there, our state code 03 is there. That means this supplier is also from Punjab and 03 supplier is Supplier's code is also starting from 03. Then the description of goods, envelopes, debit credit notes we have purchased. The HSN code is there. Then the total amount is 4125. Total taxable value on which we are going to apply the tax, 4125 rupees. CGST half and SGST half, 371.25, 371.25. And the net amount is 4868 rupees. All the information about the business is mentioned on the bill. The bank account details are also there. The taxable value, HSN code, the separate, you can see the top left corner, the HSN code is there, taxable values total is there, GST rate 9% is mentioned, the amount is mentioned, SGST 9% mentioned, amount of SGST is mentioned, IGST nil, amount is nil. Why IGST nil? Because this is the intra-state transaction. IGST is not affected in this bill. So CGST and SGST is there. So this is how you need to read the bills. First of all, when you are going to do the entries in the system, first of all, you need to know that which item you have purchased, in which business you are dealing with, and in which item you are purchasing, and under which head it should be categorized. Because this is the major point of mistake, that under which head the item should be there. Some people do what? They enter all the bills, all the purchases bills under the purchases head only. But from these bills, this is very much clear that we are not purchasing our direct item. We are purchasing the expenses items, the printing stationery expenses, the packing expenses, and the other things. So the categorization is very important. The second thing is the understanding that whether the supplier is from same state or different state, what rate should be there, and how it should be reflected on the bill. That is very much important. If the both the seller and buyer are from same state, then you need to check that whether CGST and SGST is there, half rate, and in case both are from different state, then the IGST amount should be there with the full rate. If this item is 9%, 9%, that means 18% item is this. If the supplier would have from the different state, let's say from Delhi or from Haryana or from Maharashtra or from any other state, and we are from Punjab, if we both are from the different states, then the 18% IGST would be there. So this is the understanding of these bills. If we see this bill, dash dash enterprises, the courier services bill. Of course, this bill, we are very much sure that this is our courier expenses, because we are dealing in footwear. Footwear is our main business. Courier services is not our main business. So if we are receiving the courier services bill, that is our expenses. The postage and courier services, you can write postage and courier expenses, or postage expenses, or anything like that. You can make any kind of head, but this should not be entered under the purchases head. This is clear. The supplier is from Punjab. The GST number is starting from 03. Our GST number is also from 03. So we both are from same state. So this is our postage expense, and the supplier is from same state, and the amount will be 9% CGST and 9% SGST, because we both are from same state. So half of rates are applicable. Taxable value is 4650, on which the tax is going to be applied. CGST, SGST, the total amount 5486 is the invoice value. The payment which we need to make of this bill is 5486 to that person. We have paid 4650 for his services, and balance 418418 is paid for the GST portion, which we are going to claim against the liability which is going to arise at the month end. So this was the bill. Now if we talk about the sale bills, let us assume that I am the seller of cricket items. This is the bill. Let's suppose the cricket netting system, I am into the business of this cricket netting system trading. This is my bill, dash dash enterprises. My GST number is there, tax invoice is there, my phone number, email IDs, my basic uh, business, the manufacturer and exporters of sports goods, that is mentioned. The invoice number, my invoice number series is mentioned. The date is there. Everything is mentioned on the bill. The supplier, the customer's details is also mentioned. Dash 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 person from Kolkata, West Bengal. The state code is 19. So I am from Punjab. My state code is 03, and the customer is from West Bengal. The state code is 19. So that means on this bill I will be charging IGST. Whatever the rate is, whether it's 12%, whether it's 18%, whether it's 5%, I'm going to charge IGST. Why IGST? Because this is the interstate transaction. So I will write the description of goods, the HSN code of my goods, then the quantity, the rate, 60 lakhs is the rate, and the GST applicable will be the central tax, IGST 12%, 7,20,000. So if we see the amount, the value is 60 lakhs. IGST amount is 7,20,000 and the total bill amount is 67,20,000. That means I'm going to get the payment of 67,20,000, out of which 7,20,000 is the GST collected from my customers, and that I need to pay to the government. And the amount of GST which I need to pay to the government, from that amount I will adjust the GST already paid to my suppliers. I have paid a lot of GST to my suppliers also, and now the GST liability is 7,20,000. Out of that 7,20,000, I will reduce the amount which I have already paid to my suppliers. The government has received the tax from my suppliers on my behalf. So the calculation of input and output tax we are going to cover in the next part. But this is the sale bill, that how the sale bill will be reflected or how it looks like. This is all about this. This is our sales because we are into the direct business of sports goods. So this is my sales. And simultaneously, if I purchase the sports goods only, or I purchase the raw material for the manufacturing of the sports goods, that is purchases. But if I have purchased some other items for my office or for packing materials and everything, that is not going to be entered into the purchases head. That will be under the separate heads, which in which category it should be, from which category it belongs. So this was all about the understanding of bills, the GST portion, and the category under which the bills needs to be entered.